Anthony has big brown eyes. He is amazingly expressive, and you just by looking at him can tell that he's got a lot to say. When Anthony was a baby, he had some very significant seizures, which resulted in severe physical disabilities for Anthony. But that hasn't impacted the fact that Anthony is sharp as a tack, he is funny, he's intelligent and he's kind.
Would you like to tell us anything, Anthony?
I think that's funny.
The first thing I noticed about Anthony is he has an amazing personality, very bubbly, he knows what we're doing, and he knows what he wants in life. Anthony's favourite things are ABC Kids and Nemo, sensory play, going to the park, getting out in the community, reading books. He's bubble baths, he loves those.
Well, Anthony has always communicated with eye movement, so an eye gaze was a pretty natural extension of the way that he liked to communicate anyway. But under the NDIS there is an opportunity to apply for assistive technology devices, and given that Anthony has a lot to say, we felt that having access to a more advanced communication aid or device would help us hear all the things that Anthony wanted to tell us.
I want something to eat or drink glass.
During Anthony's trial in hospital, Anthony told me that he was embarrassed, lonely and sad, which rocked me to my core.
Cara works alongside Anthony because he has some pretty significant support needs that are related to his physical disabilities. Anthony is an 8-year-old boy and we treat him like an 8-year-old boy, but the reality is he is the only 8-year-old boy that I know with a do not resuscitate order.
Sometimes it's hard to hear some of the things Anthony says. We get pretty upset, but that's how we help him, by listening to what he's got to say, because he has got words to say.
Life isn't always great for Anthony, but we are really focused on making whatever time Anthony has his best time, his best life. Anthony is a proud Aboriginal young man and we support his connections to culture and his family and his mob.
They come from, that's where Anthony comes from. Right there.
We read to him, especially Aboriginal Dreamtime stories and Wombat Stew. He really loves that. Anthony really adores his bath. It's probably the highlight of his day, so we give him 2 a day. Anthony also loves going to Gladstone Square to the Liberty Swing. We actually first put him on at Cara picnic, which he really loved. It was, I think, the highlight of his holiday to Adelaide.
Wait a minute, Finish Square, where's Mum?
It is like learning a new language.
He'll be able to tell everybody how he feels. It's going to open up a whole new world the more he gets to use it and gets confident with it. I'm hoping that it will take it with him to adulthood. He has got a voice and it needs to be heard.
I think that's funny. I think that...
Can Karen let it catch up? There you go. Now you talk.
It is absolutely like Anthony's megaphone to the world.
We know what Anthony wants and needs now. He can tell us where he wants to go. Before we could understand what he wanted, but now he has ways in actually telling us what he wants. We don't have to question him or prompt him. I always go home with a smile on my face because he's just a great kid. He's amazing.